Hey everyone, how's it going? Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to X Writes Cars. Today, I've got a special treat for you all. We're going to be cleaning up this 2020 Toyota Corolla LE from Zipcar. So for this video, we've got a lot in store. We're going to go ahead and take this car to a car wash, and we're going to clean up the interior a little bit using some wipes. And along with that, we're going to also fill up the car with some windshield washer fluid, since this car doesn't really have any in it. Now, the reason we're limiting it to certain things and not cleaning up things like the seats that have stains on them is primarily because of reimbursement related reasons and time limits. But we're going to do as much as we can in this video to tidy up the Zipcar for the next person that rents it. Now, Zipcars are cars that are rented by the hour, so many people use these every day. This particular one is seated at a university, and so there are a lot of younger people using this car, and oh boy is this thing dirty. First of all, there is a lot of dirt on the outside. You can literally see fingerprints on it if you look at it closely in person. If you look slightly more closely, there's some dirt marks around here, and that goes around the car. And so in order to clean this up, we're going to go ahead and take this car to a car wash, and we'll make this car look as good as it can. Now, I can't make it absolutely perfect because there are time limits with this car, so I won't be able to take this car out and do a full detail, but we're going to do the best we can. Now, continuing from there, as we open up the interior, now this car does have a nice metallic black exterior. It does shine pretty nicely. The carpets are a bit dirty. They could use a little bit of vacuuming. The center console has some trash in it, so we'll go ahead and take care of that. Now, the passenger seat is pretty badly stained. I will not be able to use a carpet extractor within the time limits that I have, and so that will not be taken care of. But I will be wiping down the center console, as I will show you later in the video, and I will also be vacuuming these carpets as well. Coming into the back seat, there's some stains as well, which I won't have time to take care of, but I can clean up all the dirt in the carpets, or most of it. So overall, it's not too bad. It just needs a bit of a cleaning. Prior Zipcars here have been worse. There have been more larger scratches. There's been one which a bumper was actually detached. And so prior Zipcars to this have been a total mess. I cannot deny that. But at least this car is cleaner than some of the others. And this car is lower miles than the prior Zipcars have driven too. The others have had 50,000 miles. This car is actually only 40,000. So we'll go ahead and fire her up. Doesn't sound too bad. Runs really well. Does not have any service lights or anything either, so this car is pretty drivable. That's at least the nice part about, this car itself. Some Zipcars are in worse condition, so that's nice. And so, without further ado, we'll go ahead and head over to a car wash. up pretty nicely. I don't normally go to places like these, but limit of time, I had to do it. It's gonna look awesome in the end. Thing's pretty strong. I'll catch you guys later as soon as all of this is done. Alright guys, so I went to AutoZone and I picked up some of these. These are Rain-X bug remover windshield washer fluid. This car is really low on it, so I'm going to go ahead and put some in. Alright guys, so I have some of the washer fluid and we're going to insert it into this little area here. So it's pretty simple. You just remove this cap. I already opened everything else. And then we'll just pour right here. It'll probably be filled up soon. This car does have a fairly smaller tank compared to some others that I've filled up fluid in. Now we got to use the second bottle. Carefully start, and then it'll really go in. There we go. We're almost there. I'll just get a little more in. There. That should be sufficient. We pretty much filled her up at this point. And we're all good to go. Now just lastly seal the cap up and we're all done. Now let's go ahead and fire the car up. See if it worked. Now in these Corollas, in order to activate the washer fluid, I'll close the door so it doesn't splash inside as well. Just pull the stock forward. And there we go. We got it working for good. Now last thing we got to do is clean up this really dirty center console. So what I've got here are a few of these wipes that I got for free. They're disinfecting wipes. And we'll go ahead and wipe these down. And we'll get a nice fresh look to our center console. So I'll go ahead and pull this guy out. And we'll be all good to go. Alright, so here's a nice clean wipe. Just wiping it down. This wipe does a pretty good job with cleaning. And since we are in a pandemic in the end, it's good to disinfect surfaces when we can. So here is a rather simple method of going through with it. It's hard to keep the camera steady when you're cleaning surfaces up, but we are able to get most of the dirt off, so that is good news. Then we put it through here, some hidden dirt pockets here. I accidentally pulled the parking brake switch too, that's why that sound beeped. And we got most of the console done. We got to clean up one more section. But the dirt level wasn't too bad, but there was quite a bit amount of dirt. But the good thing is this wipe picked it all up. Alright, now the last thing we got to do, clean up this back area. So we'll just wipe off dirt. Then we'll also wipe down some other surfaces right here. And I've already done most of the others too. And so in terms of wipe cleaning, we're good to go. Alright, all the washing, the cleanup is all done. Now check this car out. It looks awesome at this time of the day. The car's been fully washed, except there's a little moisture on the top due to the weather. It has gotten a bit colder. Now let's take a look at the interior here. You may not be able to see fully, but the carpets have been cleaned. I'll put it in night shot mode so you'll get a better view of it. There's barely any dirt left. And my charging cable's there. So that's why there's that. And if you look at the back too, carpets are now super clean. And this thing looks awesome now. Just turn off night shot mode. Clean basically every single carpet on this car. And now the car looks almost good as new. This car does have 40,000 miles on it, so it is pretty high for a single year. But after all the cleanup and everything, it looks good. And so the next person who uses this car after me is sure gonna enjoy it a lot. Thanks to it being clean. I'm pretty sure that several previous renters did not really take care of the car, which is probably why altogether it's even dirty in the first place. But now it just looks awesome. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed this cleanup video of this 2020 Toyota Corolla LE. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where all this came from. And be sure to subscribe today and check out all the future content coming to X Rides Cars as well. Take care everyone.